Hey everyone, Mac is back, and today the Kingdom Celebration has been going on, not just today, but it has been going on for a couple days now. As you can see, it actually just fired up very recently, and I want to go over the new Dragon skill that just was released. And we had one release last go around last month, and they just released a new one this month as well, so very interesting that they're continuing to do that. And then I have one other tip that I want to give you in reference to the Foundry over here, in reference to this big guy. Just a little bit of a strategy tip to kind of keep you on your toes and to keep you moving along and making that account stronger and stronger. So let's get to it. Alright, so here are the dragon skills that we have, and the ones that I wanted to go over were just the ones that are pertained to the actual dragon itself that will proc from the dragon. And we'll go through them very quick. We got the dragon follow-up skill, which is basically for the female setup. You have the dragon strong assault, which is another one basically for the female because it talks about commander active army skills. Then we have the dragon assist, which can be used for any single one of these because it talks about when the dragon launches an attack, it could trigger there. You have the Dragon Flame skill, which is basically for Sonara and Kravras and their War Soul Awakening skills. And then the new one here, which is the Dragon Weakness skill. And this one here has the enemy total attack reduction, which is really good. So that's 12%, up to 12%. And then you can also stack up to 36% in rallies. The Dragon Weakness skill is for every 10 weakness attacks initiated by allied lineups, the current target's lineup's health will be reduced by 15%. So it is a health reduction. So you're actually taking away health from the enemy, which in my opinion really isn't that great. And it only goes up to 60% as well. So what if their health is 1,000% and you're going to subtract 60% from that? But I guess it says every 10 seconds. For every 10 weakness attack initiated by the ally lineups, the current target's lineup's health will reduce by 15%, and it can be up to 60%. Now, I guess does that stack? That's the biggest thing for me, I guess, because if it only happens once and you take 60% off, that's really not that great. Now, if this happens a couple times, we're talking every 10 weakness attacks. So let's go check out Jamie because this thing happens every 10 weakness attacks. So here's Jamie's 4-star ability. It is when allied lineups receive healing, the lineup's normal attack changes to the weakness attack for 5 seconds, and the weakness attack status attacks the enemy army lineup the most troops lost and cannot miss. For every 1 weakness attack taken by the target lineup, weakness damage taken is plus 3%. So it has a 3% damage, which is also very good as well. And then the biggest thing here, I guess what I would say, is that you need the healing, of course, to proc Jamie. And then once Jamie gets proc, then you have those weakness attacks as well. So those, if you have enough of them, then you'll be able to proc that dragon. Still, the question is whether that stacks or not. So that's the biggest thing. Does that really stack? And if that's the case, then we're looking at something that's a lot better than what I was initially thinking. But I still think that this is kind of a weaker type of dragon skill, in my opinion. It was, kind of to be determined as well. So I hope to be able to get some reports and actually see exactly what's going to happen when when I find someone who actually has a 4-star Jamie and this dragon skill. And for the last 2 aspects of this video, I just wanted to briefly show you that the honor banners are actually been added to the shop here in the Kingdom Celebration, which is fantastic. I love this. I think these are you need so many of these to complete the the upgrades here in your city. So this right here, showing that, be able to get your glory level higher on some of those buildings, is absolutely fantastic. So I really think that is a great addition. I didn't see any other ones in here. Everything else is actually the same from what I can tell. And then the very last thing that I wanted to show you is, so what you need to do is you need to look at your Valyrian steel here. We're going to talk about the your Valyrian steel making. So what you need to do is you need to look at how much you're making up here. As you can see, the capacity of mine is 720,350. So what you want to do is you don't want to let that max itself out, because you want it to continually to churn out the Valyrian steel, because it does it so slowly. You can see the hourly production is just over 12,000. That is really not that much at all. So you want to make sure that your Valyrian steel does not get completely maxed out. to do that, see mine is almost, it's getting there, it's 660,000. So what I want to do is make sure you save up enough of those blue diamonds to speed up, because that's the only thing that speeds this up. So there's 3,500, which really isn't that bad. And then just complete it. And there you go. It's going to give you your increases or whatever. And then you just take it and finish it off and do your next little bit here. So you can see here I'm using another 5,000 of it. So I'm trying to make 5,000 more. So if I do that, boom. And now I'm back down to 154,000. And you can see this resets to just over 4 days and 6 hours. So just monitor that and just don't let it completely get down. You can let this kind of just go down itself if you don't have enough blue diamonds to speed it up, but really you should be able to save up enough. 3,500 blue diamonds really wasn't that much, and it'll leave me less than that when this gets closer to that 720,000 mark. So I hope that tip gives you a little better idea to kind of keep your account progressing, because if you look at the Valyrian steel count here, you want to keep increasing this. So I can make, once I get the tier 5 unlocked, I'll be able to make 100,000 of those tier 5. So, but this is going to take me a long time. So if I can store this up Valyrian steel to say 500,000, and then by that time I get there, I should be able to just be able to save up and have enough to be able to make a nice big chunk of the tier 5 army. So I'll be a lot more powerful than just sitting here and letting this go down 4 days and then restarting from the very beginning. Make sure you monitor that Valyrian steel the best you can. So until next time, Mac out.